It is main event time here at Domination 5. Australia versus the Ukraine as Pavel Zhuravlyov makes his way to the ring. A tough customer, Zhuravlyov. Big leg kicker, solid hands. He goes through the ropes to take on Australia's greatest. The Carnival of Carnage rolls into Perth. This place has been electrified all week since Carnage arrived. And there he is. Listen to the ovation for Nathan Carnage Corbett. Very few scenes, if any, in Australian fight sports, Hammer, can match the entrance of the Carnage.
Well, certainly it's the expectation of the brutality that will soon follow when the Carnage steps over the top ropes. A man that always brings explosive fighting action to any bout he steps in for.
Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen,
The WKN World Heavyweight title on the line.
showtime! The WKN High Premium Rounds, the WKN Heavyweight Championship of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my right, fighting in the blue corner, trained by Alexander Vinicic from the Sevastopol, Muay Thai, fighting out of the Ukrainian Simferopol, on his weight 97.4 kilograms. Tonight, wearing black shorts from the Safari Gym, age 27, a 2004 Kings Cup winner, and a four-time World Kickboxing Champion. 44 fights, 41 victories with 1 draw, 16 by way of knockout. Fighting out of the Ukraine, Pavel Zhuravlyov. And the opponent fighting in the red corner, trained by Richard Wallace from the Urban Fight Gym. Official weight 96.6 kilograms, standing 6 feet 1 inches tall. A 5-time world champion in 5 different weight divisions. Tonight, wearing the black vest shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, 52 fights for 50 victories. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Miami East, Queensland, and representing Australia, please welcome Carnage, Nathan Corbett.
We're ready for the heavyweight title fight we've all been waiting for. 5-by-3 full tie rules, knees and elbows. Australia versus the Ukraine. So many good fighters these days are coming out of the Ukraine. You look at the likes of Artikashenko in the K1 Max. You look at Pavel Zhuravlyov here as they seal the ring, and we're ready to get underway. Hammer, your early thoughts on this one?
Well, I think this is going to be a big test for the Carnage. Of course, Pavel, one of the larger opponents that Carnage has fought, and certainly well credentialed. Probably, I suppose he's had not as much success in the last 6 to 12 months, Pavel, but nevertheless, he is a dangerous fighter. As we spoke about earlier, Michael, someone who's even ventured into the K1 and has had a crack at the K1, Pavel. So it's going to be a good measure of where Carnage sits, taking on such a strong Ukrainian fighter. And you know, if they're from the Ukraine, they are hard and they come to fight.
Here we go, first round of action. Michael Chavello Mark, the Hammer Castellini with you. Corbett in the red gloves, Zhuravlyov in the blue. Outside thigh kick from Corbett, so fast and accurate, Nathan Corbett. Look out for the leg kicks, look out for the beautiful body rip off the lead hand to the liver section. And if he gets on the inside, of course, well, we don't have to tell you about those fabled elbows.
He rips the body and then throws from the left rip. The right round elbow will often be a favourite technique of the Carnage. Big low kicks already exchanged so early.
Zhuravlyov on the outside here, goes to the liver of Carnage. Carnage not only offensively brilliant, but defensively very sound. It is hard to put a clean shot on the Carnage. As they tie up for the first time here, and Zhuravlyov makes sure he is pressed in as tight as he can, so Carnage can't get off the elbows. Takes a leg kick though, Zhuravlyov.
Look at that,
goes to
nice
the body and an
combination.
outside thigh kick of his own.
Nice combination of his own there, Michael Zhuravlyov.
Spinning back elbow from Carnage. Uppercut elbow from Zhuravlyov, then goes to the body. Overhand right from the Ukrainian. There's the first real elbow thrown by Carnage off the right hand. Carnage wants to get in close, wants to slice and dice and fillet. There's the body rip outside leg kick. One of the bread and butter combinations of the Australian. Crossing elbow off the right arm. Outside thigh kick. Zhuravlyov, though, is game. A man capable of taking enormous punishment and giving it back. A former King's Cup winner, Pavel Zhuravlyov.
Of course, the King's Cup under full Muay Thai rule. Biggest tournament, Muay Thai tournament in the world. So that's big raps for him. 2004. Also in the latest issue of International Kickboxer magazine, there's Jared Ball and his story on working out with the Carnage. Went to Queensland on behalf of the magazine and did a bit of a workout, and tells you all about it in the latest issue of IK Mag.
There it is again, the liver shot outside thigh kick by the Carnage. Zhuravlyov lands a right uppercut.
Elbow to the face and an elbow. Again, gives himself room just by bracing back off the head and letting the elbow go. Carnage.
Now four remaining, crowd appreciating the show so far. Hammer Zhuravlyov showing he is undaunted, unfazed by the Carnage so far.
He is, and he's punching straight as well. Got a couple of straight long-range punches in. Have a look at that. Went to the body, chopped the leg. Carnage trying for the cutting elbow, the round elbow, missing the target, but with a lot of bad intention behind it. Richard Walsh in the corner there of Nathan Carnage with Ed. Carnage support crew. And all their knowledge will come back into, Carnage will come into the second now, clued up. And look at that dropping downward, chopping elbow.
Second round of 5, the WKN World Heavyweight title on the line. Australia's Nathan Corbett in the red gloves, the Ukraine's Pavel Zhuravlyov in the blue gloves. Zhuravlyov comes out jabbing in an inside thigh kick, nice and high on that femoral profunda. Beautiful body shot there from Zhuravlyov. Zhuravlyov, who ventured to K1 in Korea about a year and a half ago, fought Gokhan Saki on that occasion. Now there's a matchup I would love to see, Hammer. The Carnage versus Gokhan Saki.
Indeed, there's a nice clubbing overhand right from Nathan. Beautifully done, the Aussie.
Left hook from Zhuravlyov. And Carnage
Chops
just
away.
cracks that lead thigh. Nice tip kick to it as well. Little downward elbow, looking for the hairline there of Pavel Zhuravlyov. Carnage is one of those fighters like K1 champion Alistair Overeem, Hammer. He's so strong, he's so quick, and he throws everything to hurt, but with precision, nothing sloppy.
It's all very accurate and well put together.
With the elbow to the orbital bone, doubles up on it as Carnage. Just so fast with those elbows.
The worst thing you can do up against the fighter of the caliber of Carnage is to go defensive. Sit yourself on the ropes and cover and go defensive, because then it's just going to be all pain coming your way.
Body shot was just superb. Step up elbow. Back elbow there from Zhuravlyov, but Carnage is stringing it together well. More combinations than a Sudoku puzzle in this round for the Australian. Double outside leg kick. The leg kicks are going to take their toll not only on the kicking arsenal of Zhuravlyov, but also on his boxing.
Yeah, it's going to slow his legs up, slow his movement up. And good to see Nathan just transitioning well. He's not relying on any one weapon. Of the 8 that he has at his disposal, he's mixing them up all nicely and all with a great amount of power and accuracy.
Leg kicks, a treat here from Carnage. Zhuravlyov has to get off the ropes because that's where Carnage tries to go to work. Is he cut him here? 2 elbows from Carnage, and Zhuravlyov in a whole lot of bother now. Carnage has really opened up on the Ukrainian in this round. And Zhuravlyov looks a little gassed here, Hammer. Looks a little fatigued.
Oh, short elbow.
Another elbow to the orbital.
Chambered nicely off the right there from the Carnage. Nice head movement. Nice head movement. So just slips in forward, changes his angles. Textbook stuff from the Aussie.
Uppercut elbow. Crossing elbow. He threads it like a string through the eye of a needle.
Great
Flawless
accuracy.
hammer.
Great accuracy. Great display of technique from the Carnage. Beautiful dipping body shot from Pavel. And left hook as well. Carnage comes back with a big answering right hand. The short right elbow, left elbow exchange. And certainly, you know, when you're fronting up against a Ukrainian fighter, especially in the heavier weight divisions, there's always going to be a solid challenge there for you ahead. But Corbett is well answering the challenge thus far. Again, there's the dipping body shot from the Carnage. Zhuravlyov answers with one of his own inside elbow. Beautifully done.
We are ready to roll third round of action of another seemingly flawless fight from Australia's Nathan Corbett. What does Zhuravlyov need to do to turn the tide now, Hammer?
I think he just he needs to pick up his aggression. He needs to keep his work rate happening. He has good skills also, the Ukrainian. Don't make a mistake and think that he hasn't. He's got good skills. He's got good attacking moves. He just needs to be working more because he's a little bit sort of nonplussed with his attacks and throwing one shots. And there you go. Look at Carnage just unloading now.
Carnage again dipping away to that liver like he's digging for oil, and Zhuravlyov rallies back.
See, when
nice body shot there from the Ukrainian, Hammer.
Yeah, I was saying when he works well, the Ukrainian. When he stops, he's being dominated. So he just needs to keep his work rate, his movement up, combination, move, combination, cutting angles. If he stands in front of Nathan, he's going to be in a world of hurt.
Carnage almost took his lip off with that elbow, and another one. There's a step-up elbow off the right hand from the Carnage. Body shot again. That liver's taken a lot of punishment. And again, Zhuravlyov backed up against the ropes. Carnage tries to fold him in half with a knee. It is all one-way traffic here. The defense of Carnage. Drops the elbow just in time to block the body shot. Oh, and he opens him up again and catches him with the elbow. I love the way that Carnage is getting Zhuravlyov to drop that left hand.
Oh, this is a great fight. This is a good fight. One of the best I've seen for a while with the challenges to front up and actually mix it up with Nathan. It's good to see that Zhuravlyov's is here and he's here to fight. But I think his conditioning is probably lacking a bit. I don't think he's got the same amount of fitness. His skill level is up there, but I think the Carnage is just better prepared for this one, and certainly the fitter and a better conditioned fighter on the night thus far.
They tie up dead center of the ring. Bill Seth breaks them. Carnage comes forward. Threads the jab. That right elbow is set. He's going to try and work the big bok choy again, the Aussie. Whoop. There it goes. Zhuravlyov circles off. He wants to stay out of range of the right hand here, the Ukrainian. Eats another right elbow. And another one. That was the uppercut elbow. They spill to the canvas like a couple of wrestlers. This crowd is loving the Carnival of Carnage. And Zhuravlyov looks lost, Hammer.
Fast low kick.
Very few fighters of this weight in the world are as fast as Nathan Corbett.
Just have a look at the guard of these two guys. They got the gloves right up nice and high. Good balance, good over the feet. Oh, through the ropes. Try for a downward elbow.
Nice body shot from Zhuravlyov. End of the round, another convincing one though for the Carnival. Once again, Hammer, we always ask the question, if you're fighting Nathan, what do you do? What do you do if you're Pavel?
I think it's getting the job is at hand is getting harder and harder for the Ukrainian fighter because, as I said, I suspect his conditioning is not on par with Nathan's. Certainly, Nathan is a better conditioned. The skill level's right up there, Pavel, but certainly his conditioning and cardio is probably not.
Here we go in the fourth round of 5. Zhuravlyov had better be praying now. He's going to try and find a Hail Mary shot because what he's been doing has not been working. And look at Carnage immediately on the front foot, just walking him down and pressing the Ukrainian against the ropes. Leads with the elbow there. You know, Hammer, we've commentated most of Carnage's career fights, and I don't think we've ever seen a boring or a lackluster performance from him over the years. No,
he always comes to fight, as I said, and that's why I suppose he's becoming such a crowd favourite, because you know when you sit down and or tune in to watch one of his fights, it's always going to be entertaining. There's always going to be the full gamut of technique used, the elbows, the knees, the beautiful boxing, the good hand skills, and of course what everyone loves, the potential for a big KO finish.
There's the knee, and the first knockdown of the fight. Straight to the breadbasket of Pavel Zhuravlyov, and can the Ukrainian get up?
He's going to beat the counter. It was a solid knee to the body.
Oh, once again, I'm going to say good night, Iran! Nathan Corbett, you've done it again!
Wow, such a big strike, solid switch-up knee to the body, just totally winded the Ukrainian. And, geez, it was an interesting fight up until that point. He was here for the fight, certainly, Pavel Zhuravlyov, and the Aussie Nathan Corbett answered the challenge in fine style, as he always does, taking care of business.
Nathan Corbett becomes the WKN World Heavyweight Champion. And he did it in style. He was never out of control. Let's take a look again here, Hammer.
And there you see Zhuravlyov on the back foot. Corbett going for the dipping body shot. Again, the transition from lead body shot to rear elbow or right hand was always a treat. And that step-through knee from Carnage is what did the job for him tonight.
He is simply unstoppable. Nathan Carnage Corbett wins via knockout and claims yet another world title. The gold around the waist.